Hey everybody, and thank you for watching Winning with Trump. I want to say I love my country, I love my president, I love the military, I love all of our police, and I love all the awesome patriots out there. Okay, I want to start with the wicked witch, Hillary, is saying we are declaring that we will not concede the election. We do not care, shut your mouth, we don't care what you say. We will not concede ever. She is pretty much declaring war on the United States. They are basically saying, go ahead and have your stupid election on November 3rd. We are not playing around. Hillary is coming out and talking about this deep state operation where they are going to get all the deep state operatives like they are doing with the Flynn trial. Same thing. This is about the rule of law and how many of the deep state are still embedded in the DOJ. And they are. They are deep, deep, deep. But no worries, because we have the Constitution and we have our military. President Trump is saying the exact same things. The exact same thing. And the Demon Rat warns a parent. They think that, and just like we think, that Donald Trump is going to win by a landslide. But they're not going to take that. Even the Demon Rats know that they're done. They have been beaten. You know what, though? That they're pushing mail-in ballots. They're going to get with all their buddies in China and make up fake ballots. That's what they're planning on doing. They're going to be there with their lawyers to take up for them and all that, fighting the whole thing. Like in 2000 with George Bush. Remember that? The hanging chads and all that? Same thing, in other words. They are going to have lots of corrupt judges out there, just like Sullivan. He's majorly corrupt, and they think that they can win, but they're not going to win. And there is top Democrats that is in a group that is saying that President Trump will appear to have won, potentially, by a landslide on election night, even if he ultimately loses when all the votes are counted. Yeah, right, that is hilarious. I don't think so. Biden is never going to win. And if he does, it's because they have cheated and they have done all their crap that they're planning on doing. They are already setting us up. Why does this matter, you ask? Because it matters big time. Because way more Democrats will vote by mail than will Republicans, due to the fears of the already gone CV. We know it's already gone. Already gone. But they're playing their narrative just like they did before. This was all their pandemic. Where it will take days and maybe weeks to count all the mail-in ballots that the Demon Rats are gonna somehow send in. They've got all their friends doing all this stuff with fake ballots. You know what? And the reason is because they want us to buy their narrative. Vote by mail because of the CV. Well, that's BS. There is no CV. It's gone. And it, probably never was. They know they have already lost, and that's why they're doing this. When they lose, they start lying. Imagine America in its polarization and the misinformation if the vote count goes towards Biden and President Trump loses days later. Can you imagine that? I can't imagine. As the mail-in ballots are counted, wow, they are setting us up like they always do. They are trying to get us to accept it 2 months prior to the election. You know what? We will not let their wicked, evil agenda take us. We don't believe that. They're all lying and they're all cheating. It's crazy. It is crazy. They want everyone to think that it's dangerous to vote, and it is not dangerous to vote. That's why they're pushing this. And anyway, that's why they're pushing this. The twist could occur as millions of voters, the majority are Democrats, demon rats, will likely choose vote by mail because of the CV pandemic, which is gone. We already know it's gone, and there is no reason you cannot go vote by mail. No reason. Vote in person. Do not vote by mail. Unless it's because you want to cheat, and that's why they won't vote by mail, because they want to cheat. That's the only reason. And it's what they always do, like I said before. When they can't win fairly, they cheat. Well, you know what? Welcome to a civil war. It is going to get very, very, very ugly. This is just the beginning. Democrat insider operative says there is a massive voter fraud operation ring. And he's coming out and saying it. He's probably one of the first. Elections through paying homeless voters off, taking advantage of the elderly, which they've already done, passing as registered voters, and printing fake ballots. Wow. People inside the post office are going to be paid off. John Levin is a New York Post writer telling us this story. He's coming out talking about this. A demon rat operative who has personally led a staff to produce false election results. Wow. 4 years. We know that the enemy is deeply infiltrated inside the operatives. And that's our enemy. This is the first of many operatives that is coming out saying, hey, I'm inside the operation. I'm letting you know what's going on. Get the word out. John Levin. That's the one that's doing it. Wow. Thank you, John Levin. Thank you so much for telling the truth, because you're the first. Wow. He is exposing this scheme that suggests it's going to be in the up-and-coming local, state, congressional, and presidential elections on November 3rd. This is a real thing, he said, and there is going to be effing war coming November 3rd over this stuff. If they know the sausage was made, if they know how the sausage was made, it can be fixed. In other words, he's trying to get the word out saying, fix this before this happens, because it's going to be a major deal, a civil war. In some instances, the operative said that postal workers can be in on the scheme. You have a postman that is rabid anti-Trump, that he's a rabid anti-Trump guy, and he's working in Bedminster or some Republican stronghold. He can take those filled out ballots, and knowing 95% of them are Republican, and just throw them in the trash. Wow. Is that not scary? That should scare everybody to their core. That a postal worker, knowing the area, could just throw the ballots in the trash where they don't count. That's crazy. Not to mention all the mail-in ballots, all the fixed ballots. This is nuts. We have also found out that on the outside of the ballot, within the number, is an R for Republican and a D for Democrat. On the outside of the ballot, in the coding number, there's an R and a D. We've seen somebody bring that out. Wow. So, I mean, you don't even have to open up the ballot. You can see it on the outside. There's also talk about how they plan on opening the ballots with some kind of heat device, opening them up and changing what's inside, and then closing them back up and counting them. This is nuts, but this is how the demon rats work. They're crazy. They are crazy. You know what? Thank you so much to this reporter for exposing this, because we would not know anything about it. You know, it's just crazy. Crazy. But you know what? A lot of these are sting operations where they're letting them do this so we can bust them, so we can catch them at what they're doing. Same thing with the Antifa, Black Lives Matter thing. We're letting them do what they do so we can bust them and put them in jail. Because the only way you can catch them is in the act. You know, but anything that the deep state does, we are 5 steps ahead of them. They just don't know. We know exactly what they're doing, and we're going to bust them. You know what? And they just need to give up and realize that they're done. It is over. We are no longer going to allow this evil crap and cheating that they've been doing. And cheating is the least of our worries. The other deep, dark, horrible, satanic stuff they've been doing is what President Trump is working on and going to solve. Period. And just one more thing. How about Nancy Pelosi? Oh my Lord. Getting caught in a salon, having her hair washed and blow dried in a salon where she has closed all salons since March. It is illegal to go in a salon, period, inside a salon, and up until today, even outside a salon. But she went in there, had her hair washed, had her hair blow dried, and may I add, with no mask. But of course, she came out and denounced the salon. But the hair salon owner is the one that released the video and said she could not stand the hypocrisy and she had to get it out. That it just made her sick to her stomach. It was like a slap in the face is what she said. And I totally agree. How dare you, Nancy Pelosi? You're not better than us. She needs to be taken out of office because she is a stain on our American beliefs. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless the United States, God bless the President of the United States, and God bless everybody. Thank you so much.